Look, it's snow! Hi, everybody. It is currently already halfway through the week. It is Wednesday midday, and we have done a lot of testing, and this is the first day that I have had my conference period. How the schedule was supposed to work was Monday. I got 2 20-minute breaks, and then in the afternoon, we were still testing during my conference period, and we had 6th, 7th, and 8th period. Or not, no, we had 1st, 3rd, and 4th, something like that. So I didn't have a conference period, and I actually took my breaks because I needed to eat and chill out. Because testing is not complicated, is not hard to administer, but watching kids take tests, and then for me having to read the questions, because that's the group I was assigned, it just, like, in your brain, just, you don't get to talk to people. So there's none of that social interaction, even, like, social interaction really with kids. It's just like, take your tests, we gotta follow the rules, what's next, what's this, gotta organize this, gotta alphabetize this, these things gotta go together, this kid's gotta get the copy of this kid's gotta get a calculator, like, things like that. So my brain has not been in place. And then yesterday, for some reason, instead of following our original plan, which was in the afternoon, we were going to do 5th, 6th, and 7th period, we did 6th, 7th, and 8th. So that means I didn't get conference period. And thankfully, my assistant principal realized, okay, she hasn't got a conference period at all, and it was just me who I'm the only regular teacher who has that conference period. So he's like, well, I can send a sub, because we had a couple of subs helping with testing. I can send a sub maybe the last 10, 15 minutes of the day and give you a few minutes to check your brain, or to chill out. And I was like, in terms of prep, just like, it's not going to make a difference, because I needed that time to prep for my 7th period to start a new project, which didn't happen yesterday, but that's okay. It didn't happen yesterday. So I needed that time, and the time at the end of the day, like, I didn't really need a brain break because I was already sitting there drawing, working on stuff. And so I was like, it's okay, because I was supposed to today and tomorrow have 4th period off as well, because I have 8th grade during 4th period, but they are testing. So all of this to say, that's why I'm not vlogging haven't vlogged until now. I'm trying to make a habit this year, I'm trying to start a habit where I don't vlog in the car, and I definitely won't vlog at home, because once I get home, my brain is checked out of school, and vlogging makes me recap everything, and so I'm just like, I need to get out, I need to not be in school brain. So, yeah. In terms of how things are going, has been good. I am super impressed with our assistant principal, because even though this is his first round of testing that he is in charge of, everything has gone very smoothly. He is overly organized, and everything's going well. There hasn't been any big hiccups. Even having kids eat lunch in the testing rooms has worked out really well. And so they're able to eat lunch more at a normal time instead of later, so they're not starving, rushing to finish their tests. They're actually doing it, and that's working out really well. That worked out so well. We were surprised. I was even talking with some of the staff that's been here a couple years, and we were like, yeah, oh my gosh. Because in the past, for some reason, our previous principal refused to have the kids eat lunch in the classroom. And I think that was because the teachers needed their lunch break. Well, this time around, what they did is we had a couple scheduled breaks throughout the day, and so that we still technically got our off-duty time. It just wasn't at our lunch period. So we ate lunch in our classrooms with our kids, and that worked out fine. It worked out well. It was just made an adjustment. Thankfully, even with having less work time the last couple days, I haven't had much to do. I purposely scheduled kids to have work days, except for my Art 2. Yesterday they were supposed to start a new project, and I didn't get to prep for that. Well, if I was actually on the habit of prepping ahead of time, I would have been okay. But I'm kind of glad I didn't, because it would have been rushed, and I wouldn't have explained it that well. I had some copies and things ready, I was about to do it, and I had the computer lab reserve. I was like, no, I'm not going to do it. But I have the lab reserve today, and I have all the copies for that. So let me do the whole run through of what my classes are doing. Art 1 is still working on their perspective cities, and I'm trying to grab the example, but if you've been watching my blog, you know what it looks like. Oh, that's not it. Well, you know what it looks like. 1 point perspective, road in the middle, buildings on the side. Those are working out really good. Some of them are not so great, but most of them are higher quality, and the kids are being creative. Now, they're not being creative with the building shapes. What they're basically doing is making boxes, rectangular cubes, which rectangular cube is not really good, but anyways, they're making those and then putting them in rows like they're buildings decorated to look like buildings. They're getting, this time around is the first year where I feel like about 90%, maybe even 95% of my students actually have perspective accurate. Oh my gosh, like, this is the benefit of teaching it 2 months later than I normally teach it. Normally I do it in about October. Normally it's like the last drawing project. So that worked out really well. And then the other good thing of doing it a little bit later is that we did it after shattered values, where we do so much value scales. So one requirement of perspective cities is to have value within it, and they're able to do it, and they look really good. Like, some kids are forgetting to put value on it, but their perspective looks good, so they're getting a B instead of an A, but overall it's looking really good. The details are good, the kids are being creative, and they're finishing them a little bit faster than I want them to. But that's okay. I want it to be able to last through the rest of the week, because this morning and tomorrow morning I'm not in the art room. I am in another teacher's classroom, because they're using my room for testing, because I'm in the 8th grade hall, 8th grade's testing, so they're putting an 8th grade group in my room. So I want them to be able to do something that's easy. But as a filler, I have drawing sheets on my desk over there. There's one how to draw a dinosaur, how to draw a car, how to do this weird cube thing, just some of my normal extra filler kind of stuff. And then I also, somewhere, I have a coloring book, an old coloring book that I bought and intended to just make copies of things and hand them out. I did that like twice 2 years ago, and so I was like, you know what, I'm just let the kids pick pages from it and color it. And that's working out fine. The kids love it. They love being able to flip through. I was like, ugh. That was one of those purchases I was like, it's going to be useful, but I don't know. Well, the I don't know came true. So that's Art 1. Art 2 finished up their watercolor typography yesterday. As I explained to them, like, because of this weird scheduling thing, I'm not ready to teach you the new thing. And guess what? All of these is like half of the class hadn't finished their project. Like, you get another day! And then the other people kind of got a free day, and I gave them some options of things, coloring pages and things, and let them free paint and free draw. And that worked out fine. That worked out fine. And they needed that chill time after testing. Today, however, we are starting a new project, and some of them are probably going to like it, some of them aren't. We are starting our first independent projects in Art 2. And so, as I'm going to explain it to them, is we're going to take a look at the project board, which goals are to determine what project is best for you, and I'm going to give them some examples, or they can come up with their own idea, although it has to be a drawing. That is my requirement this time. It has to be a drawing. I'm not going to do painting because I know this group of Art 2, and when they do independent paintings, which we've done some, there's been like 1 or 2 projects this year where I'm like, here's your idea. You can draw or paint it. And they paint it, but it's not detailed, it's not skilled. And we need to practice skill. This independent project is kind of like our semester exam. So we have that. That's goal 1. Goal 2 is to name and follow through with the steps for that project, be able to determine what am I going to do first, second, and third, how am I going to make this goal happen. And then goal 3 is to be able to present your project to the class. And so at the very end, they're going to present their project, basically going over what's in their reflection. Like, they're going to be writing reflections at the end saying what my project was, what my personal goal was, how I did it, did I like it, isn't it my best work, things like that. And so they're basically just going to present that to the class, take a couple minutes. And so we'll do that at the end, and then that's the end. So that's Art 2. Art 3 is finishing their challenge projects, and they're about done. By surprise, I had them for like 45 minutes today, and I wasn't supposed to have them today. I was supposed to have 4th period off. I just keep losing work time. Thankfully, though, I have like nothing to prepare, which is good. But so they are just finishing those off, and then next week, and I decided I'm gonna have my assistant principal come and observe this for my evaluation. They are going to do tape murals in the hallway, and I am so excited for it because I got approval to actually do some kind of cool artwork in the hallway, and I will talk about that when I get to it, but it's going to be so much fun. I am so excited about it. Something I've always wanted to do and never done. So they're just trucking along, like we're just going along, things are going well, organization's going really well. Brain space wise has been really nice because I feel like I actually have space, and doing testing has worked out well this time. So I'm excited. I've been having a good few days and things are going really well, and I look forward to the rest of the week, so I will check in with y'all tomorrow. Hi y'all, I have just a few minutes to give y'all a quick update. It is Thursday, December 7th, and everything has gone pretty well today. Just like yesterday, I was in another teacher's classroom since they were using my classroom for testing, and that worked pretty well because I had everything super organized. Some of the kids got a little bit bored, but they were patient and they enjoyed having smaller classes since some of the kids were testing. So that worked out well. Yet again, I did not get the time I thought I would have to plan, but that's okay. Because like I was saying over and over again, I don't really have much to do this week. Because the 8th graders finished testing right before 4th period started. So I got to my Art 3 students, and they got another work day this week that I wasn't planning on them having. And honestly, right now, those Art 3 students, they should be done with their projects already. They should have been done on Monday, and most of them already are. But I am getting observed. My annual observation is next week. Should be Monday is when I asked for him to come. We haven't confirmed that, but hopefully we will, because that's in 2 work days. So I'm just kind of pushing and trying to make sure that we stay on schedule for that, because that's a lesson I want him to see. I want him to actually see a lesson, and we talked about it. So I was telling him, like, at this point, all of my classes, like, we're doing projects where there isn't much teaching involved. The kids are working independently, and they're helping and supporting each other. I do not do much. I just sit there. Like, I do my own art projects. For example, earlier during 4th period, I painted my cover from December for my bullet journal. But that being said, he's like, okay, well, think about it this way. Like, in terms of our levels on our evaluation, pretty much everybody is proficient. She's like, you're definitely proficient, but then to get ahead of that, you really have to go towards the student-led kind of thing. So think about it this way, like, I want to see a little bit of instruction, and then have the kids have like student leaders or just kids who are conducting the activity. And so that works out perfectly for what Art 2 is doing next week, or Art 3, because it is a group project. And so I just need to make sure and have that planned out, and I'm going to think through that tomorrow. I'm not going to even think about it today. Like, just, no, not ready. But it'll be nice to have that done. I am looking forward to having that done. Art 1's just having a work day. Art 2, we're going to the computer lab today to continue our planning sheets and brainstorming and things, and hopefully they will get pictures together that I can print for them. Yeah, I'm not going to require them to have pictures because I'm really trying to encourage them to not copy. We do not copy. So, really trying there. But the good thing, normally, and I'm going to knock on wood here, normally when they go to the computer lab, they're good in terms of behavior, so they're good. And my one girl who has been a pain in the butt, all last week she was good. This week she's been good too so far, so that she continues to be good, hopefully. So everything is going pretty well. I've gotten a lot of things done. I'm going to get my iPads back tomorrow, and that means kids are going to arrive. So that's all that's going on. I did have to put my room back together, but I'll show you a little clip here of what it looked like before. Hope you like that, and I will see you tomorrow. Before I move my tables back, I wanted to show y'all real quick what my room looks like with tables in a different place. My tables are normally in the same arrangement all the time because it works extremely well. But this is what I had arranged during testing. When I had kids actually test in here, these two tables were put horizontally, that way they're all facing the front of the room. But this is how I did it alternatively for my afternoon classes when testing was the next day, and I kind of liked it. It was different. This is a good alternative, so that's why I wanted to record it, to show it's something different. And now let's get back to normal. Hope you like that, and I will see you tomorrow. Okay, that's better, now that the sun's not in my face. Hello everybody, it is Friday, and when did I last vlog? Yesterday, I think? Or it was Wednesday? With testing this week, our schedule has been wacky, and to add to that, it snowed last night. Look, it's snow! Oh my gosh! Oh, they're pretty big too. It snowed last night. We got about 3 to 4 inches at my house, and it was beautiful. Montage here. And despite all of that snow, it did not freeze on the roads. So we only had a 2-hour delay instead of canceling school. Just funny because our district had a 2-hour delay, but all of the districts around us had a cancellation. So I don't know, other than our superintendent's always hesitant to cancel because there have been times in the last couple years where he canceled school or delayed school, and it was very unnecessary and annoying. So yeah. But everything has gone well so far. It just means we had shorter class periods. In terms of what my kids are doing, not really anything. Art 1, technically today is supposed to be reflections and work day to finish our cities. That happened with first period, and they also set up all of my bulletin boards. That was one thing that was making me nervous, which, by the way, yesterday after school, I was so anxious, so nervous, so stressed because I have my formal observation on Monday, and I was realizing that I am not even close to being as prepared as I want to be. And if I want to get to that level of preparation, I have to actually get everything prepared. And I was worried because I knew that I was supposed to leave right after school today to go meet a friend up in an hour away, and I didn't want to I have to work on the weekends, because that stresses me out, to have to work on the weekends, because I'm like, oh, I have to give up more of my time. Like, come on. I give up so much of my mental effort and time on this anyways. So that was super stressing me out. And then after school yesterday, I stayed as long as I could, which was only till 4:15, but my brain was about to explode. So I just went and met my husband up at his office, and it was snowing when I got there, and it was so awesome. And it was just, I was like giddy like a little kid. For those who don't know, in Central Texas, it does not snow, but maybe once every couple years. And this was like a serious, real powdery, dry snow. We have not gotten that in forever. We have not gotten this much snow since I was a little kid, maybe 15, 20 years ago. So this was beautiful. It was awesome. And I even got here late to work because I kept stopping on the way to take pictures. But I got some awesome pictures. Those were in the montage. But yeah, so I was so super stressed, but that just made me giddy. And then it was nice to get the call that I could stay up 2 hours later, and I still ended up with my normal amount of sleep, which was good. I'm feeling great. Got here this morning, the kids are all excited, and the kids waiting outside were like throwing snowballs at each other, and it was cute and silly, and I liked it a lot. It was very nice to see them all happy and excited, especially because a few of them are like always in a bad mood, but they were so giddy and excited with the snow. So it was awesome. It was so awesome. So today I'm feeling so much better. And right now I just finished having my pre-conference, and I have 3 minutes before the kids come. So we just discussed the lesson, and I have my notepad over there on my desk that lists all of the things that I want to do. And then, kind of lame that my friend I'm supposed to be meeting later flaked on me and said she can't go. She just has to work late, she claims. And then she also says, oh, I'm going to dinner at 7. And just annoying when you make plans with people like a week ahead of time and they cancel it. Friend problems. I'm at this point in my adult life where I'm like trying to make adult friends and trying to like keep adult friends. But it's so much harder as an adult, which a lot of you probably already know. But anyways, the good thing about that is it relieves a lot of stress. I can just stay how late as I want, do whatever I want this weekend or tonight, and my husband's out of town tonight for work anyways, so that kind of helps too. I don't have to think about, oh, I really want to hang out with him kind of thing. So that's nice. I have my to-do list, and I'm feeling good. And the good thing too is on Monday I don't have duty in the morning, so I can still get here at 7:20, 7:30 and have some time to think through things before I start. So things are going well. So like I said, Art 1 has just been, I'm so rambling, I'm sorry y'all. Art 1 has just been finishing their cities, and some of them haven't really been doing much. We passed out papers, I did my boards, and this afternoon we're going to pass out papers and make snowflakes, and it's going to be a big mess in my room, and that's okay. We're going to make snowflakes, and then my Art 2 students are working on their first independent projects, and they're really excited, so I'm looking forward to that, and we'll see how that goes. And by the way, my third period, because 2/3 of them are 7th graders, and they were testing today, because I had a benchmark test today, I only had 4 people in that class. It was beautiful, so beautiful. I was supposed to have like 6, and then 2 of them were absent, and so those kids were just like quiet, and I was just cleaning all of this painting stuff, which is awesome. So that made me feel really, really good, and I will have to check in with you later. I am about to leave for the day. It's almost 4:30, and I am very happy that I got all my things done that I need to get done to prepare for Monday. So I'm feeling really good about my observation. I'm prepared and ready to go, and it feels good to be prepared, and I really didn't have to do that much to be prepared. So that's feeling great. And then this afternoon, in terms of behavior, it actually went pretty well. 8th period was, yeah. But 7th period, I had 28 kids in there today, and they did so good. They were working and focused. They're very excited about these independent projects, so I look forward to it. Got interrupted. I'm in the teacher's lounge, by the way, because they're cleaning my classroom, and I would like to go soon, and I'm not going to vlog while I'm driving. Not anymore. So yeah, this afternoon went really well, and so that is now 2 weeks where my 7th period has had good behavior, and I was trying to think, okay, what is enforcing this good behavior? What is motivating them? And the Friday before Thanksgiving, I totally forgot, I gave them like 30 minutes of free time in the computer lab. Maybe that's it. I don't know, but everything is going really well, and all the snow is melted outside. But it's still a little chilly, and it's good, and I'm going to make it to yoga tonight, so I'm going to check in with y'all on Monday, and thank you very much for watching. I enjoyed vlogging this week, and I look forward to vlogging next week, so I'll see you later. Bye.